Welcome to another exciting episode of In-Depth Eye Health podcast series brought to you by iFocus and iHub Nigeria Initiative. The series provide incredible insight into topical eye health issues and also serve as a platform for continuous professional development for eye care workers. Thank you as you listen. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Ifimonye from iHub Nigeria and Eye Health Awareness Initiative. Welcome to another episode of In-Depth podcast series. In this episode, we'll be unraveling the myths surrounding research and the so what concept in the concept of research.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Mustafa Bature from the iFocus, a platform for advancing eye health through shared learning. Our guest for today is Dr. Fatima Kyari, a consultant ophthalmologist and glaucoma specialist. She is also a Doctor of Philosophy in Public Health for Eye Care with the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. It's nice to have you with us, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Kyari. What is research and what does carrying out good research entail?
Thank you, Dr. Ifi and Dr. Mustafa for inviting me to this forum. It's actually my pleasure. Well, in talking about research in everyday life, we may need to research information about the best route to take to a friend's house, for example, or about a school in the area that you have recently moved to, or even a company's stock. So everyday life stuff we need to research among, for it. For example, even among your friends, you may discuss the benefits of coffee or some controversial topics such as cloning. Whatever the topic or aim, whatever you wish to research, you need to know how to gather, sort, and track the facts and opinions that are available to you. So you must know how to present the information you find in a form that suits your purpose and of course your audience. So a research paper reports the writer's research findings. It could be a library paper, a term paper, or a thesis. It could be long enough to be a book or a dissertation. So you're questioning what entails a good research. Well, let me say what makes an effective research paper. The top characteristics actually are: number one, it focuses on an appropriate and interesting topic. It narrows the subject to a topic that suits the purpose and the audience. So in conducting a research, you must know what your purpose is and you must identify your audience right from the beginning. And then it has to contain a clear thesis, which is the main research idea. Then you have to support that thesis with authoritative evidence in terms of literature review and what you find. Then you present the evidence appropriately. The paper must follow a clear method of organization. It must show evidence of original thinking, and it has to be presented according to convention. So it depends on the convention that you're writing with, on. Then it must include a reference page. Finally, of course, don't be a thief. You have to avoid plagiarism.
What is the so what concept in research?
Well, research starts with asking the right questions. To start with, you must have motivation and a genuine curiosity to answer that question. So it is often better to generate the research idea yourself, even if you may need help in developing it. So ask yourself, is the topic of interest to me? What is the need? What's missing? So based on knowledge of existing evidence, you define the gap. So unless there's a gap, there's probably no need to research on that topic. And then you may also want to consider, we're talking about medical research. You may want to consider engaging patients to help define the gap or the need. So sometimes you get patients to help you generate the research question. But by and large, in considering the so what, think of studies with public or patient-related outcomes. So would your study be important in policy, in planning? Would it provide evidence base for improved services, improved clinical services, and or improved treatment? So these are the so what that you need to consider.
Thank you very much, Ma. So, discussing in more detail now, what should be our scope in answering the so what question?
Well, the so what is about the rationale, or as others will say, the justification of the research. So you're asking yourself, it's like you are asking yourself, so what if I spend this time and energy, on this? And by the way, let me just say that whenever I say so what, I always remember my teacher, Professor Alan Foster, whom most of you know. For every research question you present to him, he says, so what? So in answering that so what question, focus on how to translate findings to the real world, such as will it add to knowledge base? Is it an emerging issue? Does it align with global or national or local policy or targets? Is there a clear line towards universal health coverage? So universal health coverage is in alignment with the Sustainable Development Goals. This is really a top-level indicator for research priorities. When I say universal health coverage, I'm not just talking about public health. You have to bear in mind that the main components of universal health coverage include quality eye care, which is which includes safe and effective treatment, even at the clinical service delivery level. And then it also includes equitable access, the concept of leave no one behind. Then protection from catastrophic healthcare expenditure. So a good research will also focus on healthcare financing or affordability. So these are the so what, things that you have to consider when formulating your research questions, and you have to understand how findings of your research will be translated into action.
As a researcher, what happens if I discover another so what in the midst of the study?
You mean another why or another research question? Well, that would be
Wow.
good, because research is a continuous process. We record, we refine, and then we research, and it's a cycle. So when you find newer questions along the way, you make recommendations on how to follow them up with another research, either by you or by others. But you must not derail from your original research plan. That is the why. Ab initio, we must have clearly laid out aim and objectives and a methods plan to answer our original question. Yeah. So, however, in every research, especially research like randomized controlled trials, there's an exit clause. The research may have to be discontinued when preliminary findings show that there will be no new information derived from the research, or if the research is detrimental. The so what just allows us to be that agent of change, that we develop concepts and ideas and we push them forward.
Okay, finally, expanding on the so what question, how far can we really go?
Let me guess. I think your question intends to bring up the concepts of ethics. So any research should have ethical clearance, because, for example, when we're talking about the research of cloning, we can go as far as we can, but there has to be ethical clearance, and there has to be ethical considerations. So ethics is a topic for another day.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma, for this foundation. I think we will need series for research. And what do you think, Dr. Ifi?
Yes, I think so. I think we'll need to have a few more episodes to actually dissect this topic of research.
Yeah, so that we can build on this, and maybe, especially for the trainees in ophthalmology, it will go a long way in helping us in our dissertations. It has been a pleasure having you on the program today, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
The
very
pleasure
much.
is mine. The pleasure is mine. Actually, I was also thinking one of the things that we also have to discuss is, developing a questionnaire and how to present a questionnaire, which maybe you'd include in the series. So thank you, Dr. Ife Monye and Dr. Mustafa Bature, for the opportunity to talk about this important starting point of research, which I hope will be beneficial to our teeming young researchers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.